Good evening, everybody. Welcome for another round of APPF1 Tier 3. This week we are racing around Catalonia in Spain in quite torrential rain for qualifying. This week I'm not on my own. I do have a co-commentator, and it's my good friend Sumo Gilligan. How are you doing, Sumo?
Yes, very good. This looks like some awful weather here for Tier 3 Spain. And I think the drivers will be hoping that it's not like this for the race, but I think this could be wet tyres, Lawrence.
Yes, this is surely going to be full wets. Only the brave might try to go on Inters towards the end of the session, but yes, this is, I'm sure, going to shake up a lot of people as Robsu is the first car out of the pits, and he is indeed on the full wet tyres, as you just said. A couple moving over to Inters, so it'd be interesting to see when the times come in, how it all pans out. But do you mind running us through the standings?
Yes, let me grab the standings very quickly. So as you can see, the numbers aren't as good as we would have liked for Tier 3 this evening. But it does mean a few things for the championship. First off, LB leads the way. He's 10 points ahead of Josh the Guide. Both drivers in attendance this evening, so there's a championship fight still on for them. However, Pepito, the man in third, is not here this evening, and I think that's going to be his chances of a Tier 3 championship done this season. You've then got RJ Blair, best of the rest at the moment, on 70 points. Robsu rounds off the top 5, with your boy Dev, Kurt, Primeval, Raikon, and Charlie the rest of the top 10. You then have Avenir, Denko, Ads, Nobody, Bacon Bear, Kilo Alpha, True Loki, Obama, Apam, and Joey B, the rest of the top 20 drivers. In a constructors fight that sees RB leading the way by 21 points. I think they'll be looking to try and wrap up the title here today. I think both drivers are here, and their only rivals are Ferrari, so Ferrari are going to need a solid result to stop RB from wrapping up this constructors title. 21 points between the two. You've then got McLaren and Williams P3 and 4, Alpine P5, then Haas, Aston, Red Bull, Mercedes, and Sauber there, the rest of the top 10. And it, from riding on board with Robsu here, Lawrence, it looks very treacherous.
Yes, Robsu is it's like Bambi on ice. Is not getting much grip on the wet circuit at the moment. It's also worth keeping an eye on James Gardiner, who's the next car behind, who is on the intermediate tyres. So we'll get a good time reference in the next minute or so as to which tyres to be on. But if this was me, I'll probably be on full wets.
Yeah, definitely. Robsu running really deep, trying to get a decent handle of the circuit. Let's see who else is about. That looks like RJ slowing down to let others through. James Gardner there in the Sauber on the Inters. How much better are those? Let's find out. Right on board with him coming through turn 9. He looks a little bit more tentative, but Robsu, I think, maybe trying to really push the car, making his way around. Let's see what sort of lap time he's going to set. This doesn't look going to be anything competitive, I don't think, as he has another run off. So 131.9, I'd imagine that'll be beaten quite quickly.
Yes, 139 from Robsu, and he was really fighting the car around, well, the whole lap really. It just wasn't a couple of corners. The whole lap, the car just did not want to know whether that's his driving style or his setup. We know Robsu, he likes to run really low wings, as James Gardner just pips into pole by 0.3 of a second. And provisional pole, but this is only 2 laps on the board at the moment as the rest of the field filter through the track.
Yes, let's see. We haven't really had the best measure of what drivers are good in the rain. We can't really tell you who's going to be decent, who's going to be here, there, or everywhere. Here's Runes, a member of IGP, I believe. He goes into P2 right now. Hello, we do see you. Hello, Denko. And Joshua and F101, I think that's Charlie. Nanya in the chat as well.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. for what should be quite thrilling Tier 3 race as LB Racing and Josh the Guy go head-to-head for the first ever APP Tier 3 title. It would be quite a good jewel in the crown to have, having the first Tier 3 title, so hopefully a good battle to go with it.
Yeah, definitely. Josh the Guy has set the new pace. Robsu just a tenth or so, actually even less than that, about 300ths of a second behind. So drivers finding time out there. It looks like the wets are currently better. Here's Joey B, our good friend and colleague, I suppose. Out in Tier 3 here. Here's James Gardner setting the pace now, 131.1. Let's see now Joe. Wow, good lap from Joe, about half a second up.
Yeah, there's Joe that signed up for Tier 3. Just to rediscover a bit of form. Said it last week, it's no secret that he's really struggling on F125 at the moment, so this would be a good confidence boost for him.
Yeah, definitely. But the two RBs, LB and RJ, both pipping him at the top there, taking the front row now. A very solid time from LB. He's put one hell of a lap together there, 29.3 at the moment. Let's see what else the other drivers can do. How about MSS? About a second and a half down. Is Robsu improving? Robsu is improving. 1.2 seconds up.
Yes, this is going to be a big improvement by Rob Sue, and he will be looking to potentially go onto the front row here. Rob Sue, we know, is no slouch, especially when it comes to race pace. He always gets his car in the right places, and he comes across the line into second place. Still LB with a massive deficit in the lead there, as dry tyres are coming into their window at the moment, but also I'm seeing on the track a slight dry line beginning to form anyway, or a drier line. It's still raining, but it looks like the rain has actually eased off slightly. Would you say so?
Yeah, it does look like that. I was just taking a look as James Gardner came into the pits. LB way down on his last attempt, but it looks like he's going to go around again. Robsu just set the fastest first sector, 9 tenths up in the first sector is Robsu. So definitely finding more time out there on the track. Avenir coming around to start a new lap as well. Runes in the Mercedes just behind. Moves up into P3 on the intermediates. We could be seeing a crossover soon, perhaps.
Yep, I'd imagine the crossover time will probably be the high 28 sort of time once the track evolution kicks in the next few minutes, I would say. I think most of the grid will start coming in to try the intermediate tyres, as the drier line is definitely a lot more visible on the circuit now.
Yeah, I think Robsu might be a great frame of reference here if he can just hook up these last two corners of the circuit. Let's see, he comes around in the Williams, or a little bit tentative through the final corner, but that's going to be a provisional pole now, a 29.1. And you could see that the rain has eased off a little bit more. You can really see that dry line there as well. And you could see by the reaction of the drivers that a lot more intermediate tyres being strapped onto the cars now. As Josh the Guy comes out on a fresh set of inters, he's going to try and snatch away pole position, perhaps, who is currently Robsu.
Just riding on board with your Tier 2 teammate, Alex. It looks like he's just about to set his first lap as LB smashes pole position again, but I'm sure the intermediate tyres will start coming to life in the next few minutes. And Alex has a massive snap on the steering there, but keeps the car on the track around the last corner, foot all the way down. He's drifting. Formula 1 cars do not like to drift, but it's a solid P5 for Alex, and I'm sure there is plenty of room for improvement there.
Oh, definitely. Definitely so. Let's see, MSS coming through, second down. I think they'll be making their way into the pits. Yeah, peels off right there. Robsu, what's Robsu up to?
Robsu's going faster. He's 3 tenths up in the last sector. If he can hook up the last few corners nicely, I'm sure he will. He could take a second off of Runes. I don't think he'll go quite fast enough to take pole off LB, but let's see. I could be proven wrong as Robsu comes up to the line. Yeah, just 3 tenths shy of LB in P2.
Oh, Well, Rune's up 3/10 through the first sector. He's approaching the sector 2 line on those intermediates, so it's still unclear which tyre is faster at the moment.
I think we're about to get a good reference. Half a second up. I do think it is time to strap on the Inters. I would say if I was in the lobby, I'd be on Inters now.
Yeah, definitely. Making the way around then in Runes in the Mercedes. Everyone very tentative for his last couple of corners. Rune's actually into the pits, so doesn't finish that lap off. Alex making his way back around. Let's see what he's got this time. It looks a lot more hooked up through the final couple of corners, and a 29.2 puts him up into P4. That's not a bad go. RJ starts a new lap out there as well. Robsu way down. He'll be putting on a new set of tyres. Josh, the guy behind him.
2.5 seconds up.
Wow, that's going to be a huge improvement.
Yeah, this will definitely alert the front runners here, LB, Robsu and Runes at the moment. Alex has put a lap into 4th position, so this is also a welcome return to form for Alex here. We know what he's capable of. It's just hopefully he can keep it together as Josh the guy smashes pole just over a second ahead of LB now. And if you didn't need confirmation that Inters are the right tyre to be on, well, there you go.
I think there's a lot more time to be found out on this racetrack right now, Lawrence, and I think the drivers are just going to start unlocking it. James Gardner in the Sauber crosses the line, up into P2 now. How about Joey B up into P3 in his Aston Martin? The other Ferrari, your boy Dev, up into P6, so a bit more time to be found for Dev in his Ferrari. Avenir making his way round to start his first lap. RJ's just set a purple sector 2, making his way around. Still on the wet tyres is RJ Blair though, so perhaps there's a bit of life still in them at the moment, but we'll see. RJ makes his way around, drifting that car through the final corner, and it's a 28.4, so just 1.2 seconds off the pole time at the moment.
I will thoroughly expect RJ to jump into the pits at the end of this lap and bolt on a fresh set of Inters and try and get a lap or two in before the session ends in just over 5 minutes' time.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see who else is out on a lap. Dev just completed one. There's a yellow flag. I think that's just RJ letting through Alex. In the Red Bull. I think Alex would probably be the next to set a lap. LB's just come out on some Inters as we go round. RJ's not on a lap right now, so yeah, I think it might actually be Alex, or maybe even Runes.
No, Alex is looking like he's going to be the next car across the line to set a lap, and he was 4/10 up in the first sector. So if he can carry on that steady improvement, he will be looking to definitely shuffle himself up the grid as he comes up to the second sector line. 1.3 seconds up, so it is there to grab a solid position at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. He's doing a decent job out there, is Alex, and definitely deserved. He's had a right stinker of a season over the last few in Tier 2, so perhaps Tier 3 can be a place where he could refine some of that confidence that he's got. And I'm just wondering if it's going to be dry in the race, because I'm just watching the cars as Alex goes P2. That's a solid improvement from my Tier 2 teammate. But I'm just wondering if it's going to be dry, just watching the cars and how often their rear end is just wanting to step out on them in there. Because you might want to up the downforce and the ride height in a wet session like this as MSS goes pole position.
Oh.
The 26.8.
MSS, I believe his name is Mahal.
Watch Josh the guy though, he's going to go even quicker, 25.8.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, the track evolution has thoroughly kicked in now. Alex looks like he's on a cool down lap. Joey B, yes, Mahal, let's go. Denko, cheers in the chat for his IGP fellow IGP racer. As Joey B comes into the pits, he's probably going to come in and strap on another set of Inters, dump the fuel, and go hard and fast on his last run, as Joey B likes to go. We've got Bacon Bear.
LB.
LB, yes, half a second clear of Josh the guy, and it's the two championship protagonists in first and second.
But watch
Bacon Bear.
Runes is going to set a decent lap, maybe third.
Oh yes, Runes is up there. Bacon Bear up to fourth. What a lap by Bacon Bear. Well
Great
done.
lap.
Yeah, that is superb. Looking like... Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say, this looks like it's going to be a last over the line situation here. As the track just keeps getting quicker and quicker. We're already way beyond Charlie's prediction for pole here. As he said, it would be 28 to 26s. It's up into 25s. Could even reach the 24s.
Yeah, when the session first loaded up, I wouldn't expect the rain to ease off like this. I'm sure, give it another 5-10 minutes, it will be almost racing in dry conditions. Well, qualifying in dry conditions.
Josh the guy in. They're going to have to time this perfectly, the drivers, if they're going to get a decent lap in.
Josh the guy is missing the front wing, so if the game holds him in the pits for a certain amount of time, he might not get back out in time to do another lap.
Or he might I don't know, this could be crucial for Josh the guy, because the drivers behind aren't all that far off. He could lose probably about 4 or 5 positions here if he doesn't manage to get back out. Joey B, RJ, your boy Dev, all about to start their final runs. Or your boy Dev about to start his final run at the very least. Avenir out on circuit as well. Let's see what the Haas can do. They're going to be the next to cross the line. Still haven't set a lap time in this session, has the Haas car. Making his way around. He might have time for one more go as well.
Yep, I think Alex could probably just get to the line in time, but it's definitely qualifying over for Josh the guy. He is coming down the pit lane, but you're not going to get around in 1 minute. Yeah, he's just realised he's retired in the pit lane. Unfortunately for him, as LB still pole, but Robsu has closed up that gap, and I believe these guys will be on their last attempts now as they cross the line.
Yeah, James Gardner half a second up for James Gardner in the Sauber. They're going to be the first to cross the line as the last runs come in. Let's see what he's able to do in that Sauber through the final couple of corners now. Commits over the curb. What a commit through the final corner as much as he dares. Could have maybe seeked to
he's out of fuel.
More speed, but he's out of fuel.
Yeah. I think he just slightly improved, but he'd be devastated with that. The worst time to run out of fuel. Bacon Bear in sector 3 coming around the penultimate corner. P3. Yeah, Dev has improved the P3. Bacon Bear misses the pit entry. Runes comes up to the line. No improvement by Runes. Joey B's improving in 10th position. Keep an eye on him. RJ, I think his session is done, possibly. Avenir comes up to the line. He's going to be starting dead last, unfortunately, for Avenir.
No, not quite for Robsu. How about LB? He does improve. 23.9. I don't know if anyone's got it in him to beat that.
No,
Mahal might, though.
Yeah, there's Mahal's out of fuel, I think. Yeah, into the... So Joey B and Alex are the remaining cars, and Joey B is 2.3 seconds up. Pushing like a madman. Yes.
Making his way around the final corner. Can it be his first pole position in a Tier 3 race?
No!
It's close.
He's got his arm on LB's shoulder, just reminding him that he is there, ready to snatch P1 going into turn 1 when the race starts. Or will Alex Degas have something to say about that? Looking to rediscover his form in APPF1. He is on... that's a massive snap of the steering there. Luke going to probably lose a lot of time there, but still on for a good improvement. Yeah.
It's close.
P3. Great improvement there. As I believe that is everybody done indeed. So... Josh languishing down in 8th position. He will be not the happiest person in the world, especially trying to turn over a 10-point deficit in the championship. Still, it's a long race. It's 33 laps in Spain. Hopefully, it's not the S-Pain, as people call it.
Alex, I think he'll be ruining that snap of oversteer through the penultimate corner there.
Yeah,
As I think that would have lost him a huge chunk of time. But a second row appearance for Alex is a solid go of it. And as I said, Josh the guy losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places after not quite timing those runs correctly. So it's gonna be a difficult one through there. We've learnt that we've had all of the other three Spain races. We've learnt it's hard to overtake here, but if Tier 2 is anything to go by, anything can happen on the racetrack.
yep. Tier 2, we had a very late safety car come out, which changed everything. Track limits are not impossible around here. We've seen a few people pick them up, but let's quickly run through the qualifying standings. So LB is on pole position with a 1:23.976. 2 tenths behind is Joey B, joining him on the front row. Third is Alex Degar alongside, with your boy Dev alongside Alex. Fifth is Rune. Sixth is RJ Blair. Seventh is Rob Sue. Eighth is Josh the Guy. Ninth is Bacon Bear. 10th is James Gardner. 11th is Mahal. And 12th is Avenir. Avenir will be looking to move up the grid after his Monza podium a few rounds ago. Yes, he's got it all to do.
Bacon Bear was using a dry setup during that, and it is dry, so they did go with dry setups. But I'll wonder if anybody made any alterations for the wet. Will that affect their positions in the dry racings, or in the dry race here? I'm not sure. Coffee, I don't know who that is as far as drivers goes, but apparently that was their first ever lap there. We've got 18 people watching, Lawrence.
Oh,
Now 16.
Yeah, it's jumping all over the place. Hello, everybody in the chat. I'm sure a few of you are racing and watching the stream. But please do, quickly bang in the predictions for the race. Who do you think is going to win?
Avenir. Okay.
Yeah, Avenir is coffee. Hello, Avenir. Good luck for the race. It's going to be a very enthralling race. Sumo, do you have any sort of prediction or ideas? As LB is predicting JB to win. LB, we know what you're like, mate. You've sweated this last week. You've been in my inboxes in Discord asking for the best strategy.
Let's go with a Joe win.
Yeah.
Then we'll say LB second, then Josh just snatches a podium in third.
Everybody crash on the first lap and let Avenir win the race, and you know what? I wouldn't be against that.
Mahal win, LB, JB, Runes from Denko. Wow, no time.
No time. There is 5 red lights for Tier 3 in Barcelona. We are underway. LB pulls away, but I think Joe just got the slightly better start, and he does take the lead. Awful camera angle. Oh, there's a bit of someone swerving and looking like that could be just cosmetic damage, hopefully, as it looked like LB gets sandwiched there amongst a few of the other cars, and Joey B is miles ahead. Your boy Dev is moved up to second place. Runes is in third. LB has dropped down to fourth. Alex Degar is in fifth. Let's quickly get the position changes on the board, as Joey B, yes, has moved up one position. Your boy Devon Runes up 2. LB and Alex losing places. RJ staying as you are. Josh has moved up a position, but as I said, that has gone back down. He's actually lost a position. James Gardner moving up 2 positions at the start. Mahal is up 2 positions as well. Wonder what's happened to Josh, because he has lost another place. I'm hoping it is not damage on that Ferrari.
I'm trying to have a look. There's a couple cars go wide in the background. No damage from what I can see. I was riding on board with Alex. He got swamped on the start. Runes and Dev got much better traction off the line and were able to get him in the second phase of the start there. And then he sort of was drifting over, hits the Ferrari, then bounces into the Mercedes as well. Doesn't look like he has any damage on that Red Bull from what I've seen. But just got a little bit swamped. And then it was 3 wide, which is why LB ended up off the circuit, or at least sandwiched in between your boy Devon Runes. I didn't quite see what happened, but it was definitely 3 wide into turn 1. but Joey B leads the race here in Spain.
Yes, it's not often we see Joe in the lead, and he'll know himself. It's not often he gets to lead a race, so it's all down to Joe's pace now. Can he do a Max Verstappen and break the DRS gap from your boy Dev? He did briefly at the end of lap 1, but I'm guessing your boy Dev must have dumped his ERS to try and catch back up. But it will be all the harder to drop the field behind now as they activate their DRS for the first time in this Grand Prix.
Yeah, and James Gardner and RJ Blair going wheel to wheel. Josh won't want to see that. He wants to try and get past. That's Robsu getting his way past Bacon Bear, who has a little snap of oversteer and just loses out on the place. Only driver to start on the softs. The game thinks it's a soft medium. That is a lie from the game. The game doesn't seem to know what the tyre wear is as much as we do. So who even knows anymore? But this is definitely a one-stop race.
Yeah, absolutely. I can vouch for that after last week. As RJ Blair gets past James Gardner under a DRS move along the pit straight. Josh the guy just sitting in the back watching behind. This is a horrible track for DRS. You think it'd be super effective, but it really isn't. Once you get into a train, it is you've got to get creative if you're going to overtake.
Yeah, definitely. It's a tough one, this track, especially because the straights are a lot shorter than you think, and I think it was slightly easier to overtake, I suppose, with the old layout because it all depended on your confidence through that chicane that they removed. But now it's all dependent on your ability to get your way through. I think it's turn 12, and then having a run through 13 and 14 there as well, and having as little drag on the car as possible.
Yes, so at the front of the field, we have a 4-car DRS train. Alex Degart has dropped off by 2.7 seconds. Currently sitting in a comfortable 5th position. I'm sure he will be very content with that. As your boy Dev Runes and LB Racing set themselves hunting down Joey B in the lead, as they will be looking to keep it as tidy as possible and not pick up any unnecessary penalties.
Yeah, Alex shipping a lot of time here. Josh just stuck in the back of this DRS train with James Gardner and RJ Blair, and he's actually lost a bunch of time to James Gardner here. Maybe struggling is Josh, and he won't get the DRS going down into the next corner, into turn 10. So that's going to be a bit difficult now for the Ferrari. He's close enough now, but he's going to have to keep it through the next set of corners if he wants the DRS down the main straight.
I am wondering if that swerve that we saw at the start of the race was Josh maybe getting some damage. Maybe we can't see it, but he can probably most definitely feel it. If that's the case, it's not like Josh to be down in 8th position and not making any gain on anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow flags.
That is yellow flags. That's
Robsu. He's beached. Reset to track quickly.
Reset to track, Robsu.
Oh, he's out of it. He's out of it. Yeah. Well done, Robsu. I believe I did that in my first ever APP race around Spain. I got beached and I didn't realise you could reset to track, and unfortunately I got disqualified. I remember fuming about it.
Oh, there's Josh. He had a little look down the inside of RJ as James Gardner and RJ swap places. But maybe some progress now as Josh has closed back in. But it's then, if he can get past and into the lead of this DRS train, he's then got to try and catch Alex, who's a few seconds up the road. Ooh, he goes very wide through turn 9.
Yeah, that would almost certainly be a track limits warning, surely. As what's going on there? the RB, well, the back end of the Sauber mounted the front of the RB, and they definitely had a bit of a fun interaction there. I hope there's no damage on the RB. It doesn't look like it. Probably just a bit of lag.
Oh, just watching Josh go through there. He's going through that last corner in 7th gear. You lose so much momentum as RJ makes the pass into turn 1. Pretty simple move. But you lose so much momentum in that final corner going through in 7th gear because the engine's not getting the power that it really needs. You really need to shift down into 6th gear in that final corner just so you've still got the power to deliver as you put your foot back down.
Rob Sue is in the pits and he's fallen foul of a 10-second speeding penalty. He's got he will be hoping for a safety car at this rate. Rob Sue is just unfortunately not lived up to his qualifying pace in the race today.
Just taking a look over the leaders, you can see that Dev and Runes, they've used significantly more battery than Joe. Joe's sat on about 80 to 90% here. Dev just under 50% battery. Runes just over 50, and LB pretty much a full battery on that RB waiting along. But it looks like Joe's dumping all of the battery he's got down this main straight to defend, but they ends up being Dev and Runes have no battery to attack with, so they just stay in the same place. And I think LB, all he's got to do is stay with them and bide his time, I think, because the tyres will come back to him soon, and he'll get a great chance at an overcut.
Yeah, I would imagine within the next, well, probably even now, his tyres have probably just overlapped the performance barrier of the mediums. So he will be looking to make moves before the medium runners start to they start to slow up. LB will want to crack on with the pace. I know LB is going to definitely push on to definitely take these hards to around lap 19-20.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see here though. Joe's still holding on strong. He'll want to try and break the DRS if he can. That'll be his best defense of the lead, but unable to do so, making his way through the final couple of corners. Josh the Guy still 8th place. This is what LB needs, really. If LB's got to score like at least 10 points for it to definitely be over. Well, 10 points more than Josh, but it's going to be a lot harder if Josh can't beat LB today.
Yes, Josh has got to do something. I do wonder if there is damage on that Ferrari. This is very unlike Josh to be not moving up the field. He is a front runner. Let's not beat around the bush. He's in the championship fight for a reason, and let's just hope that for his sake that he can have a wing change or something to rectify what's going on.
Definitely. Meanwhile, top 4 still in this DRS train. Josh was briefly out of DRS of James Gardner, but has found his way back in. Robsu another time penalty to add to his woes of this race. But I'll be interested to see how long the drivers take these mediums. They can go about 14 laps quite comfortably, and anywhere after that, they start to get in a bit of a danger zone. So we'll see how long they go. But it's a long race here in Spain. It's a short lap time, but it's just a long race.
Yep, it's a long race where concentration is required all the way throughout the circuit. As your tyres wear around here, they do light up the rears so easily around the fast-paced corners. Just one slip of the foot or finger could potentially see you spin or pick up an unnecessary penalty. As yes, the top 4 are. Joe's comfortable, I'd say. He hasn't really become under threat in the lead here. But they've got to try. Well, they should have. I would have thought they would have shook off LB in the opening stint, but LB is just outside of the DRS on the top 4 at the moment. He's lost a bit of time, so maybe he's made a mistake somewhere, but LB seems really dominant through the sector 3, so I'm wondering if his setup favours the racing bull car through sector 3.
Yeah, speaking of mistakes, Josh made a mistake going through turn 4, and that's lost him the DRS to the guys ahead. Although RJ has caught up to Alex, but Alex has peeled in I think Alex might be going for a 2-stop here. I don't know if that's the right call. I managed to make it work on Tuesday. However, the safety car did kind of help me out with being able to finish on the podium, but we'll see how that 2-stop goes for Alex.
In the meantime, your boy Dev has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Joey B will be sat there with a little grin on his face, just maybe just ever so slightly believing that the race win could be on here. I believe Rob Sue has just triggered yellow flags, as we saw yesterday in the elite division. Tier had a few moments around that fast right hand corner towards the end of the race. But yeah, Joey B, maybe his APP dreams are coming into fruition now. I'm not even sure if Joe has ever won a race in APP. Be interesting to know. Where's Rick when you need him?
Who's ever won a race in APP?
Joe.
Pretty sure he has. He's got at least one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the time I've raced with him in Tier 2. I honestly can't remember. So unless he's won one before my time. But it'll be a long overdue win, as once again yellow flags are on the track, but I think that was just probably for a slide from Josh, as he finds himself well down on RJ and James Gardner at the moment.
I'm going to take a look. I'm going to find this, because I'm pretty sure it'll be in the stat cards, wherever they are. But I will find it for you, Lawrence.
Thank you, Sumo. Agent Sumo is on the case, as the top four still comfortable. RJ Blair sitting 7.5 seconds behind LB Racing at the moment, but the gap is coming down ever so slightly, 7.4, 7.3, and it just shoots back up. It'd be interesting to see if RJ does have the pace to drag James Gardner along and join the battle at the front, as the pit stops will come into effect in the next 3 to 4 laps, I would imagine, as some of the cars will look to activate their one-stop strategy.
Joe has 1 race win.
Wow. So Joe is already looking to double his APP tally tonight.
Indeed.
Go on, Joe.
If you wanted to know, you've got 18 race wins.
Thank you, Sumo. How many do you have?
How many do I have? Let's find out. Since we're here, I have 7.
There we go.
That should be 8 with my recent race win in Hungary.
Yeah, that's forget the tier 3 race now. Me and Sumo are going to go ego racing in the in the stats and see who.
I'm higher than you, lower than you. So.
And we won't talk about our multiplayer career. Rob Sue picks up another 3-second time penalty. I haven't got the time penalties on the board yet, but I'll bring them up towards the end of the race when they become a bit more they come into play. Is probably the right way to word it, as still the top 4 just stuck to each other like glue, but LB is in prime position here to have a strong second stint. He will be on the medium tyres as they cross the line to start lap 13. All very comfortable, and they're not dueling too much. They are just dragging each other along very nicely, and your boy Dev is as close as he's ever been to Joey B.
Avenir took a trip in the gravel there, went way too deep into turn 10 and went off. Denko asking for another invite to the podcast. Sure thing, I can show you all the evidence that proves that I'm better than Lawrence.
Wow.
The only thing he's beat me in recently was the Predictions Championship, and that was on Countback. Little spoiler for the podcast there.
Oh, I beat you.
You did.
Well, here we go. I said when I was on, as long as I beat you, I'm happy. You know what? I'm going to end the tier. Oh, as Avenir goes for a spin. I don't think he's hit his rear wing, but the car just did not want to give him any grip around turn 3. He lives another day, as Josh, the guy, is just still in 8th position, and he does have a time penalty. Yeah, so the writing is on the wall at the moment. As there is a change for the lead, Joe is in the pits. That is why Joey B just very careful not to get a speeding penalty in the pits, and he's done the hard work now. He's avoided the 10 seconds, and now he has just got the rest of the race to try and make up, as Joey B will be looking to push these hard tyres on for the remaining 20 laps.
Yeah, he'll have a nice clear gap here. Alex, I think, looks set to take 5th place potentially with this undercut. We'll see how far he can drag those hard tyres. But he's already clawed his way back into 6th. But Joe's got the gap to be able to push now, and Dev and Runes will have no choice but to react to this. And I think LB might be in a bit of a difficult position come his pit stop when he goes on to the mediums.
Yeah, Joe has a fantastic amount of free air in front of him. He has got 9.8 seconds to RJ in front, which is LB's teammate. But I'm sure RJ will be in the pits by the time Joe catches him. And that will only free up more free space on the track, as I believe the Ferrari of your boy Dev jumps into the pits. And Runes is in the pits as well, as they react to Joey B's pit stop. And as you said, this is going to make LB's life really hard in the second stint.
Yeah, Joe coming around the final corner now. The Ferrari is on the move, as is the Mercedes now. Let's watch Joe. Keep an eye on that right-hand side of the screen. You might see a Ferrari emerge. You don't see a Ferrari emerge. But there they are on the left now. How much of a gap has Joe gained for that undercut? We'll see. It looks like it might settle around 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds, and he has broken the DRS vitally as well. So Joey B will be looking to push on and not have to worry about dragging the cars behind, as I'm sure your boy Dev and Runes will be looking to use their battery as much as possible to try and close the gap.
Yeah, I mean the thing here with the hards as well, they need a good couple of laps just to get right up to the correct temperature, because it's a lot harder. It's very difficult to actually get temperature in the hards around here. I found it took about a lap and a half to actually get the hards into a window where they would do what I wanted them to.
Yeah, I remember getting the front right tyre to warm up was particularly hard around here, being the predominantly right-hand turn track, so the front right tyre doesn't get much load on it, so it is a lot harder to warm up. But Joey B is actually going very nicely now. He doesn't have the DRS. Well, he doesn't have the cars behind towing along on DRS, so Joey B is in prime position here to take his first Tier 3 win.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's spread out a bit. The closest battle on track is Josh the Guy versus James Gardner here for what is 7th place. But we'll take a look at the penalty situation. There's both Ferraris with 3 seconds. There's the Haas of Avenir with 3 seconds. Bacon Bear with 22 seconds. Mahal with 3 and 19 seconds for Robsu. Robsu, who is currently lapped as well by LB. He won't be when he comes in, but he's also got RJ for company right now. And Robsu has pitted, in fact, so not all doom and gloom, but if a safety car came out, it might be game over for Robsu.
Yeah, there will be no way back for Robsu. Or is Bacon Bear going to be at the back of the field potentially, or is she? I'm not too sure. But as Joey B comes around the last corner, all of a sudden he is just 5 seconds behind RJ Blair in second position. He is really pressing on now. Is the Aston Martin driver chasing down the 2 Racing Bulls ahead? As it stands at the moment, I believe Racing Bulls will seal the Constructors' title tonight, with the Ferraris not being able to substantially outscore them.
Well, I think, if I'm correct, you lose about 20 to 22 seconds in the pit lane around here.
Yeah.
So LB will be, at the moment, he's on track to be like maybe 2-3 seconds behind Runes here. He'll have the fresher mediums, so he'll be able to push, especially with the lower fuel as well. However, is he going to be able to catch all these gaps? Because what is essentially the top three, Joe, Dev, and Runes, have all spread out now.
Well, the warning shot is as Josh the guy gets a great drive on Alex Gardner. Alex Gardner just ran wide on the faster right-hander. I think that's turn 8 or turn 9. But Josh has finally moved up a position which wasn't aided by DRS. Alex is struggling on the hard tyres as Josh finally makes up 2 positions, sweeps around the outside of Alex, and now Josh is in 6th position as his race all of a sudden comes to life. But behind, Alex Segar dumps the battery, swerving all over the track to try and get past, tries to send it at the inside of Josh, but holds on tight, and Josh keeps his newly acclaimed 6th position on the track as James Gardner just ran slightly wide. I think there was a slight wheel bang with Alex there, as Josh the guy will be probably the most relieved man on track to gain a couple of positions in one lap.
Yeah, I think Alex might have been playing a little bit of DRS chicken there, to be honest. I think he slowed down a bit to get the DRS in the final corner. I think he did it safely enough, but it's very cheeky from Alex.
All of a sudden, Joey B is on the back of RJ Blair, so will the Racing Bull tactics come into effect? Will RJ try and slow up the Aston Martin? He doesn't, he actually gives him DRS as he jumps into the pits, and there was a smash into the barrier, I heard. I think RJ gets away with it. That happened yesterday in the Elite as well. Koru just overshot it into the pits and just DNF'd his car, and that triggered a safety car. But I believe RJ is living for another day. I'm not sure if he had damage doing that.
I don't know about damage, but he did get a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, it looked like they changed his front wing as well. So most definitely damaged. That was a hell of a clatter into the pit wall. As now Joey B has a new target in front of him, and it's his old foe and teammate from Tier 2, LB Racing 33, as they become acquainted once again on the racetrack.
Indeed. But Joe, I think LB has lost out on a chance on the podium here, to be honest, with the alternate strategy. Because by the looks of things, he could even come out near Josh. Josh is only 24.4 down the road, but he does have a time penalty. LB's in.
LB is in the pits, yes, and as the late great Murray Walker said, catching is one thing, but overtaking is quite another. As LB is going to really, his car is stuck in the pit. No, there's a bit of lag, sorry, or a bit of delay on the game.
Josh guy coming down the pit straight. Look to the right. I think LB is out. There he is. Just about 2 seconds, 3 seconds or so up the road, and well, Josh the guy can see his championship rival. However, I don't know how much he's going to be able to do to catch him. And remember, he's got this time penalty to contend with as well, that being 3 seconds. So
we have yellow flags for RJ, but it's gone back to green. Not too sure what happened to him. He's fallen out of contention big time now. He was not far behind LB, his teammate, before those set of stops, as Avenir jumps into the pits. But as you said, Josh the guy can see LB, but agonizingly, LB on those medium tyres are going to bring them to life, and that gap is surely only going to get bigger.
This could actually be quite big for the constructors here. If I take a look at the points system very quickly, as it stands, Dev and Josh seek to gain 16. Fifth is 11 with fastest lap, so that's 28 points. Whereas LB and RJ is 9th right now, and LB's 12th, so that's 19 points. This is a 9-point swing in Ferrari's favour if the race was to finish as is. And that's not factoring in any penalties as well, because RJ does have his 10-second penalty, remember?
Yes, so all of a sudden, I remember looking at the Constructors' Championship midway through the
16 for
season.
RJ, actually.
Oh, wow.
He's really 10th.
Yeah, so RJ...
Maybe.
Yeah, well... Racing Bulls looked like they had the Constructors' Championship. Well, it's a slam dunk certainty a few races ago, but all of a sudden, the Ferraris have reeled it in, and your boy Dev as well has really come on fast the second half of the season, as sitting in second place on his own, and currently his penalty shouldn't knock him down a position, as Runes is just sitting 3.2 seconds behind, as LB sets the fastest lap. And he is looking to make inroads on the cars in front. But Joey B is just such a distance ahead of LB now. It's going to be a lot of work to do.
LB could look to snatch that final slot on the podium from Runes. Much to... I don't know. There seems to be a bit of a tug of war between the Runes supporters and the Runes haters. Chat, let us know if you want Runes on the podium or you don't want Runes on the podium. We need to know this divisive question.
Yeah, well, Runes is having a great race at the moment. I seem to remember a few comments in the chat saying he's a bottle job or something along the lines of that. He's making his haters eat their words at the moment, but he does have a charging LB behind him. But if he's race savvy and LB is fast enough, just use LB as that pace car.
LB is definitely fast enough. He's caught 7/10ths in the last 3 corners alone.
Yeah, LB is on the mission. I imagine that's going to be a new fastest lap. No, it isn't for LB. He's probably used his battery or didn't have a DRS in the right spot on that lap. But yeah, Runes could potentially use LB as a shield and move himself further up the grid. As the chat are reacting to whether Runes should be on the podium or not. Jamie Dodger saying he will bottle. No. Watching Kamikaze LB. Oh, LB will be fuming if that happens. He's put in pretty much all his effort into racing in Tier 3. He was supposed to miss last week to play badminton, as there is a Haas car, Avenir, just taking a little detour, checking out the gravel at Barcelona, just making sure it's up to standard. As Robster was in the pits again, I dare not think how many times he's been in the pits today.
This could be the chance now. LB's just got to get a decent exit through this corner into the penultimate. He'll have the DRS this time. I don't know if he's going to be close enough, although he's getting within that half a second. This could be a late lunge from LB on Runes here as he comes down the main straight. Look at the closing speed on that Racing Bulls, and here it is. Down the inside goes LB, and Runes is knocked off the podium. Maybe a little bit of contact between the two of them. No damage, it seems. But LB up into third place. He'll be setting his sights on Dev. All he's got to do is get within that 3-second window and not get a penalty himself. So he's 1.1 away from Devs right now, and he could get that P2.
Yeah, LB Racing he's fully locked in now, and has his eyes set on Dev, and Dev is just ahead, and it's a lot easier to claw the car in or reel him in when you can see him, as you get reference points lap by lap on how close you are getting to them, and it really does spur you on. It's one of the best feelings on the game, is when you know you're closing in on the car in front. A feeling I've yet to have with you in Tier 2.
What was that? I was reading the chat.
Oh, don't worry. I was just saying how you can close in on the car in front on the you can see how you're closing up to them each lap. And there's no better feeling just knowing that you are reeling in the car in front. And then I said I've yet to do that to you in Tier 2.
I'm too fast. There's Josh in the pits.
Yeah, Josh has he's decided this is going to become a two-stop race for him. He
Well, he's got
bolts
nothing to
on.
lose, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe he's going to try and take the fastest lap point off of LB. It's probably the most likely scenario he's got here. He's got a really comfortable cushion behind him as well. Alex is 9 seconds behind him, so I don't think his current penalty is going to cause him any headaches. So yes, I'm sure that Josh the guy is probably boxed to try and set the fastest lap as well, and try and take this championship battle down to the finale in Austria next week.
Well, it's like Dev has put his foot down a little bit. He did catch up a bit to Joe. It was under 2 seconds a moment or two ago, but it's gone back to what it was. LB catching back up a little as well, but you've got to wonder when those mediums start uh, to lose it, I guess, and when they become too similar of a tyre. I think the biggest thing we learned about the tyres here in Spain is that the deg is not so different between both hard and medium tyre. They're quite equal in terms of performance as the deg goes on.
Yep, I think LB will be absolutely fine on these mediums to the end of the race. But I'd imagine by the time they've worn, they'll probably just be on par with the hard tyres. So he's really got to make inroads now on the cars in front, as he is just about to duck within 3 seconds of the Ferrari ahead of him. So that will put him into a net P2. But as I said on his pit stop, catching is one thing, but overtaking is quite another, as we saw in the first stint when they was in the DRS train.
I think Dev will want to do all he can really to hold on to that P2 if they've got any hope of the constructors coming back towards them. Josh has got a lot of work to do. Not only has he got to catch 10 seconds to James, but he's then also got to contend with that 3 seconds as well if he wants to try and claim P5. That will help though, as James is in the pits.
Yes, James ducks into the pits, and I'm sure I see that Josh set a purple sector 2 as well, as he really is pushing on. Yes, wow, there we go, fastest lap.
Definitely pushing now is Josh, trying to maximise everything he can out of that Ferrari. And let's see if he can manage it. P5 looks to be on the cards for him as Robsu again around out of turn 9.
Yeah, Robsu, you don't want to be driving that way, mate. He's got his car facing the right way. I'm not sure if he's experimenting with that corner or something. I don't know, but the damage bill on that Williams car.
Oh, Joe B, 3 second time penalty.
Oh, Joey B, now 3 second time penalty. And all of a sudden, LB is in contention to win this race. As there is 6 racing laps left to go. And LB, I said that gap looked impossible to close, but all of a sudden, I've forced to eat my words, and LB all of a sudden is in the hunt for the win here.
Yeah, definitely. Robsu is in tier 2, however he turns his line off here for tier 3. Thank you, Danko, as well. But we'll see. I mean, the grids might look a little bit different going into next season, actually. So there will be a little bit of a shake-up, as a few drivers are a little faster than they were when they first signed up. So there might be a few changes around as we go along. But don't Joe B and Josh not use assists either? They do not use assists, I believe. Is Joe not running line? No, Joe is running line.
Joe is running line off it, but I think Joe's pace in general is is tier 3 from what we've seen. I don't think there's any issues with Joe's race pace from what we've seen here today as well. LB is definitely one of the drivers to watch. His pace in Tier 3 has been there or thereabouts. He's only won one race so far this season, LB, but he just goes to show that consistency is key when it comes to league racing. Always there or thereabouts, the podium positions. I'm not sure what assist Runes runs in this league, as the chat are furiously debating who's running what. But let's just sit back and enjoy the action as they flags. Runes runs full assists as RJ once again just confining Racing Bull's headache today in the constructors battle, as RJ just moves out the way of the cars who are a lap ahead, and I think RJ just wants to get this race done.
Joe feeling the pressure, I think, a little bit, as Dev has caught up to him just a little bit. I think Joe's just opened that gap back up, but I'm just keeping an eye on gap to leader. It's 3.7 for LB. He's 7 tenths away from a race win here in Spain.
Yep, just as you said that a few moments before, I set the gap to the race leader as well, because LB is on a mission to try and snatch the race win here. And I believe, I've got a funny feeling within the next couple of corners he will be within that gap. But can your boy Dev do Joey B a favour and try and hold up LB slightly or battle him? But LB's tyres will be coming to the end of their shelf life now, especially for peak performance. But I found yesterday I was on the medians for a fair stint towards the end of the race, and they did hang in there. But come the last lap, I think there was a lap away from blowing, as I was on 87% tyre wear.
Ooh. Blimey. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
Salbus is round at turn 10.
That must be Mahal, yeah.
Mahal.
Yeah, Mahal. In P9, 8th downwards are pretty much a lap down on the field now. Maybe Alex will probably be just survive getting the wooden spoon of being lapped. Mahal, I'm sorry, guys. what? I don't know what I said. Please, no offense to Mahal if you watch back and yeah.
Screw with MSS, you can't get that wrong.
No, you can't. No. I just found MSS a mouthful when I was commentating on my own or with Joe. So yeah. Anyway, as LB still sitting outside the 3-second lead to Joe, so he doesn't have DRS on your boy Dev, but if he does get within DRS, that will only help his call him MS. I think that is the easiest thing to do, as a very easy abbreviation to break down as yes, LB will be watching that gap, knowing he is within thousandths of a second now to snatch the race win, and he is now within the 3-second time frame to snatch the race win from Joe. He's conserving his ERS as well, as Joe all of a sudden jumps up to 3.1 seconds. This is going to be a bit of a yo-yo to and forth in these last 2 laps.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a lap. I think Joe might be Joe might want to try and save all of his battery for the last lap and really try and push it as we go onto it. But we've got a lap and a half or so to go. And Joey B, this win just slipping through his fingers perhaps. Dev closing in there as well. I mean, an important move it could be. Dev ahead of Joe, as that would mean Dev would at least finish P2 at worst. LB could get a penalty still yet, but I don't know. I don't know what the penalty situation is. Let me take a look at his race director.
Your boy Dev is really pushing here. I think he's just going to fall outside the DRS, unfortunately. But he was teetering on the brink of having DRS and giving Joe a real headache on this last lap.
Only one warning for LB as we go into the final lap, and it's not looking great for Joey B to double that win tally on his stat card there. But we'll see. Maybe he can pull out the gap toward the end. Maybe LB will make a mistake. Who knows? But right now, LB sits in that position to be P1 in this race. And it's been an exciting race here in Spain.
Yep, it was a front four battle in the first stint, but unfortunately Runes has just fallen out of contention, but a very solid drive from the Mercedes driver. The front four has turned into a front three as LB just within your boy Dev's DRS here, as Joe just comfortably sits on a 1.4 second gap, but Joey B will cross the line first, but it's looking like LB Racing will take the win on the day. We will ride on board with Joey B coming around the penultimate corner. Even if he finishes second, he can hold his head up high. What a phenomenal race by the Aston Martin driver. He's led from start to finish, comes across the line to take the checker flag. LB Racing does take the race win on track limits penalties. Joey B in second. And
news.
Go ahead.
Sorry, finish what you're doing.
Joey B, in second position. Your boy Dev, a very solid third position. Much needed points for Ferrari. As Runes comes home in fourth position, a massive middle finger to the doubters in the chat, as he will be very happy with P4. Josh the guy in fifth position, a race of damage limitation there. I think I used the right words for that. James Gardner home in sixth position, kind of on his own there in no man's land. Alex Degart will be the last to cross the line once again in no man's land. MS finish in eighth, RJ Blair in ninth, 10th for Avenir, 11th for Bacon Bear, and 12th for Rob Sue. Thank you to the guys down 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th. I know there was a lap down, but to stay in a race when things maybe aren't going so well, that's very nice to see. So thank you very much, guys. Your hard work is appreciated. So the race standings will be up on the screen in a moment. As we see,
have some news quickly though, LB. You're not LB, you're Lawrence.
How dare you?
LB, unless Dev and Joe both got 3 warnings on one lap, might lose this win in the stewards room.
Oh, that is very interesting. Yes, we have seen that crop up with, I believe, Jack Alaco and a couple of others. Had that bug that the game seems to like to throw at them. I've seen it even jump to 6 seconds on some instances. So if you guys are listening to the stream, please do say if you're race director for the stewards. Avenir says that was his first time racing with no practice. Anyway, provisionally, LB takes the win in first position. Second is Joey B. Third is your boy Dev. They round off the podium. Fourth is Runes. Fifth is Josh DeGuy. Sixth is James Gardner. Seventh is Alex DeGart. Eighth is MS. Ninth is RJ Blair. 10th is Avenir. 11th is Bacon Bear. And Rob Sue rounds off the field in 12th position. Also, everybody scores points. Everyone should be happy tonight. So, it is that time of week again, Sumo, where we decide who is going to be the Tier 3 driver of the day. And there was numerous emphatic drives up and down the field. We had LB taking the provisional win. Joe, who controlled the race from start to finish, really. And also there was Runes, who came home in fourth. And your boy Dev, who has come to life in the second half of this season. So, Sumo, do you have anyone who sticks out for your driver of the day?
I think I've got to give it to Joe, to be honest. I mean, he took the lead from, I think, third and didn't look back really. Um, and it's likely he'll get that penalty removed, so it's a race win for Joe, in theory. So yeah, Joey B, driver of the day.
Yeah, I won't disagree with you that that is the first race in a very long time I've seen. Well, first time ever I'd say I've seen Joe lead a race and command. He's controlled it. Never had any too many. Well, never had any serious moments or incidents. He just got the better start on LB at the beginning of the race and just never looked back. The only time he looked back was that 3 second time penalty, which demoted him down to P2. But there is always the potential that the stewards could overrule that 3 second time penalty for Joey B and your boy Dev if the game has been found to be foul on some sort of bug. So yes, that is round 9 of Tier 3 complete around Barcelona. As we head next week into our Tier 3 finale, we are a week behind the other tiers due to unfortunate server errors a fortnight ago around Miami. Miami. Yeah, so that postpones Tier 3 by a week. So we do have one more week of racing in the Tier 3. Austria reverse as well, and the championship will be decided there between LB Racing and Josh the Guy. LB's just really got to bring it home, and Josh is really he's got to win. There's no other way about it. He's got to bring that Ferrari home in first place next week. And but stopping LB is hard, but not impossible. Josh, I can tell you that from when I battled him in Tier 2. It is doable. LB is susceptible to pressure when it comes to it.
Indeed. But exciting times ahead. Don't forget to check out all the other races this week. It is a finale week for Tier 2, 1 and Elite as well. A thrilling Drivers' Championship battle between myself and Kevin is to be decided tomorrow. Tune in on Ghost's Twitch for that one. And then I believe Dakar is taking the Tier 1 finale, where Palang and Glock go head to head with a 2 point gap into the reverse sprint as well. Into reverse Austria. And then, of course, on Sunday for the elite race there as well. Where, let me take a quick look at the standings. Oh, I can't stand this Ed Sheeran song. As an 11 point gap between Finley and Ghost is what will decide the championship for Elite. Can Ghost add a second Elite championship to his extensive collection of stars next to his name? We'll find out, but make sure you tune in to see all of those races live.
And also a reminder to everybody who is listening to this, get into their APP Discord and tag the living daylights out of Ghost to upload the podcast, because otherwise we will be waiting until Wednesday morning. And I want something to listen to when I'm and I want something to listen to while I'm driving my coach in the morning.
Exactly.
Right, so I believe we have covered everything for tonight. So once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, commenting, liking the stream, subscribing. I sound like a beg, but please, every like and subscribe does help. It does mean a lot. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. And we will catch you next week for the Tier 3 finale around Austria. I have been Lawrence.
I've been Sumo.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good week and see you on the grid tomorrow for Tier 2.